Hi everybody, it's Amy from Crafty Cat, and I am here doing a Beebeecraft video. I feel so lucky because I had jury duty this morning and I got to go. They didn't need all of us, and so they just kind of did by the color of tag that you drew or whatever. They decided who stayed and who left. But anyway, I got to leave today. That doesn't mean I won't have to go back, but anyway. So I'm doing a video for Beebeecraft because I've had these things for a few days, and I wanted to make sure that I showed you guys what I got and let them know that I haven't forgotten. I really am doing a video. So I'm going to show you guys what I got, and then we'll do a little like craft with me with the stuff so you can see one of the things that I wanted to do with the stuff that I got. Alright, so it's Beebeecraft online, beebeecraft.com, and I ordered these boxes. And they don't come, and I don't know why there's a piece of paper in there, shocking, with instructions, but they don't. So my son and I went online, and the instructions are on their website when you order the boxes. And these are kind of like little match book boxes. They're not as tiny as a matchbook, but that's just the kind of box that it reminds me of. So I was going to do like a shadow box kind of thing. So I will show you how to make them. This is the invoice. You're probably thinking, it's right there, Amy. No, really, it's not. We looked. But I'll show you how to fold them. But if you do get these, I would for sure get the directions online. And either just follow them or print them out or whatever so that you can keep them with those, you know, because you get, I believe it's 12. I'm not sure how many. Let me see if it says on this invoice. I'm pretty sure it's 12, but let's just look and see if it says on the invoice. It just says one set. Those say 10 pieces. Those are the little charms that I got. I'm pretty sure it's 12, so anyway, it'll say on their website though. So what you have to do when you get this is fold it on all these lines, and this top one up here is a line as well, just to get all those spots used to folding. It just makes it easier when you go to do this. This is a little bit like origami, and I have done 2 of them, but I can be challenged in this area, so be patient with me. I'm going to do my best. My brain doesn't do this kind of thing very well. I am not a puzzle person, let's just say that. Although I did get my son to help me the other day because he is a puzzle person. That's how his brain works. And I was actually doing better than he was. He's like, "How? You're doing better than I am. You do it." But that's rare. That's just the way his brain usually functions. So I always look to him when it's something like that. All right, so let's see if I can remember now how to do it. These have to fold in first. So they kind of go like this. These sides, these little flaps, okay, let me turn it this way. These little flaps on the side come in, and you take like the end flap of the box has to go over those and under, if that makes any sense. And you do the same on this side. These little flaps over here go in, and this goes, oh, it has to go over that one too. That's what it is. Sorry, this is a crazy thing. That's right, you have to do these ones first. If I'd look at the instructions, that would help, huh? Alright, so fold these long ones in first. Sorry about that. And then you'll notice that it has the little slits. So these 2 need to come to the middle and hook onto each other with those little slits. See, so now I have this side folded in and this side folded in, and the 2 slits connecting. Then this piece comes over, down, and under. See, once you see it, it's not that bad, but when you get that box of those, it's like, what? So then these flaps hook into each other because they have those little slits. One's at the top, one's at the bottom, so they just, you know, kind of like go, if you can actually get it to do it. And then this one's going to come over and under. And this is why it's better if you fold it all first, because That way it, you know, will tuck in there good. And you got to kind of fiddle with it for a minute. And this thing's easy. It's just get it opened and then get those folds to move, you know. So it's like this kind of thing. This slides in here like this. Okay, I'm going to do one more so that, because I kind of messed up that first one and I probably confused some people, so I'm going to do one more and then we'll see. It's like a matchbox, but much bigger, obviously. Alright, let me get one more out. Sorry I confused you there. That was not brilliant of me. It's been a few days since I did put one together. It's been crazy around here like usual. And then with me having jury duty today, I didn't think I would get home all day. I mean, half my day is gone, but at least I've got a little bit of time to do a quick video. I might try to do one more video because my lovely Denise sent me some happy mail. So I want to make sure and do a video for that. Okay, so let's get these folded up too. Like any rectangle, you have the long sides and then the two short sides. So that's kind of what we're looking at. Just get all your flaps folded so that they go in easy. So you're just going to bring up the long side, bring the flaps, you know, this flap in and this flap, just so they're even. You're not tucking them down inside of here. Bring this up, down. Now these flaps that have the slits in them are going to come fold to the middle, and then they're going to hook onto each other. I hope you can see that okay. See, they like hook, they have a little flap and they hook onto each other. Okay, and then you fold in the other little flap like that. So that's what it looks like. Fold this side up, down, and then there's that little flap right there goes down under, so it's down underneath there. This little flap is under here. Okay, so I'm going to come to this side, and you can see the little slits that are cut in there. There's one on this side too, but it's at the top on this one. You're just hooking those together so that they, you know, hold each other there. Make sure they get tucked down in there. Hold this side in, up, down, and tuck your flap in. And they will flip out sometimes on you, but just tuck them back in and show them who's boss. And then this one is easy. It just opens up if you can get your finger in there. Okay, and I always catch it on those end ones. So make sure you hold it and kind of get it tucked under there, because it wants to catch on those outer flaps. Alright, so that's that. I painted two. I'm just going to work on one, but you can see I have two that I've painted. Let's set that one aside and we'll just work on one. Jeez, excuse me. And I printed out an image that I found on Pinterest, and it's people. The little dots are people skiing down a hill. So you can see all their ski lines, all the like wavy, zigzaggy lines. I'm sure it's really hard to see in this camera shot, and then the trees. So I kind of want to put that as my background. So I'm going to go ahead and glue, because I did already kind of look at this because I wanted, you know, to get an idea. I think I'm just going to use a thin Elmer's because I'm going to paint it around in there a little bit. Maybe if it'll come out. Almost like Mod Podge. You could use Mod Podge totally, so if that's what you like, then do it. And I'm putting it in here instead of on the piece of paper itself, because then when I hopefully put it down in there, because it's a little bit bigger than the actual background, because you kind of want it to go under the lip of the box a little bit, so I'm just painting kind of under the lip you can kind of get in under the lip there of this box. And I had a beautiful paper from Denise. She's got a new Winter's Whisper, and my printer is acting up and ate one of the pages and stuff. I do have a few pages that I'm going to try to go ahead and use, but obviously this is not going to be my design team project because I cannot get my printer to print out the whole kit so you guys can see it, but it's very pretty. She's got it on her website, so you can go take a look at it. And another thing to remember, which I'll show you in just a second, is that Denise also has, see, you can like move it around in there. There's some play for a bit with Elmer's, so that's a good thing to think about when you're, is what kind of glue you want to use. So I can move it just where I want it, you know, that kind of thing. And that'll hold it down just fine. So while that dries for a second, I'm going to show you. Denise has been having trouble avocado dyeing because her oven element went out, and I think she's got it back working now, but you know, she's just kind of got a lot of stuff that she's dyeing at the moment and doesn't have a lot ready. So I just wanted to remind everybody, see, this is the thing my printer's doing, it's putting lines on stuff. It just needs to be cleaned, and I just don't have time right now. But she has this digital download on her website with avocado dye. She's got a tea dye and a coffee dye. So yeah, so see, you're still getting, so if you're like really desperate and you want it now kind of thing, and then later you could get some of her regular avocado dye. But these are super fun. I think this was one of her tea, and I didn't print out everything. I just wanted you guys to see that she does have a digi for her avocado dye because it's super cool. Like, look at, that's almost red on there. So yeah, I just wanted you to see she does have a digi for that. So go check that out if you're like desperate for avocado dye right now and you can't find it, or you know, she doesn't have it right now. So anyhow, I just wanted to let you guys know that that was there, because I know that can be hard when you've got something in mind and you can't get what you're looking for. All right, so there's our little skiers back there. And then I thought I would take one of these Tim Holtz, or actually these ones aren't Tim Holtz. I got these at Hobby Lobby. They're just, I don't know, I've had them for a year, so I'm not really sure exactly which brand, but because I took them out of the bag. I'm just going to put a couple of those in there like that. And then I have one of these little Tim Holtz guys with the skis, and I thought he would look cool in there. So that's kind of what we're going to work on. I'm going to put a little faux snow in there. Let me grab that. I kind of am thinking I want something on the sides, but I'm not sure what. Let's see. I did get out some Tim Holtz paper, and this is Denise's, what I've gotten so far, and there's lines all in it, so that's phooey. And let's see, but there was one that wasn't too bad. Like, that one's not bad with the snowflakes. This one looks good. This one looks good. My printer ate one of these. This one printed a whole, it's just being weird. So yeah, I just need to fiddle with it. So I think I want a little color. Like, I could just, you know, leave it white because that background back there is white, but I feel like it needs something, so. I don't think that'll work. I think I'll just use some of this in there. And I'm just going to tear some pieces because I don't care if they go all the way to the edge, you know, and all that, because I'm not going to be able to put anything on here because of the sliding in and out. So I'm just going to kind of, you know, just to get some color inside of there. I like the music on this blue one. It's really pretty. I don't know if you can see, it's hard to see in the light, but there's like music, and it just looks frosty and snowy and stuff, so think this is going to be too wide. Yeah, just need a bit. I like this side. Just something for some color is what I'm trying to get. Take off a little bit more of the bottom. And you could color, you know, paint them any color you wanted, do any theme you wanted. I'm kind of moving towards winter instead of as much of the Christmas thing now because, you know, that's kind of where we're headed at this point. I think I'm just going to go ahead and use the Elmer's because I have it out and I can just do a thin coat. And it actually does work pretty good. On this thinner paper. You know, thicker paper, obviously you'd want something else, but if you're using thin paper, you don't need like a massive glue because it just doesn't need it. And this isn't like a journal that's going to be opened and closed. I mean, the box might be open and closed, but this part in here is not going to get a whole lot of movement. So I don't know if you can see in there, but I'm just adding a strip just for some interest and color in there. Since our image doesn't go like all the way all over. That one, it's about the same size. And I forgot to ink it, so I'm not going to ink this one either. But you definitely could do that. Maybe it'll be kind of fun to have it not inked since it's more of a wintry white kind of thing. That was just my knee that popped, if you heard that. Crazy. Yeah, so jury duty, they just basically took a few people, and I think it was 6 people that had to stay. Poor people. I mean, I could end up going back though. See, they'll be done after today. So in a way, they're the lucky ones because they don't have to worry about it anymore. And I do. And I really don't have time right now to do it. I mean, I don't mind doing it. It's, you know, civic duty, and I get that. It's just, wow, I am like in a complete disaster. I laughed last night because I was watching Rachel, and I think I had that upside down. Sorry you can't see this very well, but I got to get it on its side or I can't see what I'm doing. Rachel was in a mess talking about, you know, how everything's a mess, and she got out this ribbon and was like, this is my brain right now. And I so know exactly what she's talking about because I have boxes and bins and stuff just everywhere right now. I think I'm going to go ahead and just put a piece down here too. I'm going to end up covering a lot of that with the faux snow stuff, but I think it's good just to have that color, and you know, if people can see it, it adds a little something. But yeah, she just cracked me up because she was talking about how everything's a disaster. And that is the hard part with doing the like Christmas journals and Christmas, you know, I've been doing Christmas ornaments. I've been doing this since October pretty much is when I started. So and so if you put it all away, you got to get it back out again. And there's so many pieces to everything. Like there's so many things to get out, and so you end up leaving it out, and then it just is like a snowball, you know. It just gets worse and worse and worse. And I mean, I could clean it up, but why would I do that? That's weird. So yeah, instead I'm just in a disaster right now. I'm actually really looking forward to New Year's at this point so that I can just get this mess cleaned up. I was thinking though I should really keep doing some Christmas stuff. Like every month do some sort of something Christmas, because it was really hard for me to keep up this year. you know, with stuff, and I probably could have done some more journals for some more people if I would have, you know, been able to do that. But it is what it is, I guess. I just feel bad because I haven't had anything in my shop in ages. Except, you know, my digis. So, oh, I forgot to show you guys what else I got. So while that dries for a second, let me show you what else I got. I also got, this is Beebeecraft, so I got the boxes, and then I got these ornaments which look like poinsettias. They're charms. Did not want to open. I just thought they were super pretty. I don't have a lot of, well, I just don't have a lot of charms, period, but these poinsettias were really pretty. They're very dimensional. Do you see, like, oopsie, oopsie. In the middle there it sticks out. It's all sticking up, all raised. So those are really pretty. And you get, what did I say, 10 of those? And that was those are very decently priced. They're very pretty. And they're not like super duper tiny. They're like almost the size of a quarter if they were all the way around. They're a little bit like elongated this way, but they're pretty good size. And then I got a Santa wax seal. So we'll play with that in a minute just to see what, you know, it looks like. And I'll be doing a couple more videos too, so I won't just leave it at that. I'll probably put those in my little metal container. So yeah, that's what I got. I just thought these would be super fun. You could do these for, I think I'm going to do some for Valentine's Day. They would be cute. I like to do little things like that for Valentine's Day. And of course Christmas is a great one for stuff like this. I'm going to put some faux snow in here. That's what I'm doing. Trying to think. I mean, Easter would be great. You could do little fun, like chicks and bunnies and, oh my gosh, the glue. It's always something with the glue. Let me just use this pen for a minute, if I can even get it out of here. So yeah, you could use these for all kinds of things. And then of course you can just use them, you know, as a box for something too. It's not like you have to just do this decorative thing. You could put them like candy treats in there. Oh, come on. We're going to cut this just a little bit more because it's almost gone, so I'm not really worried about. I usually try to keep them as narrow as I can, but it doesn't really matter now because it's almost gone. There we go. Sorry, just had to wipe it off. It was all gloppy. And I'm just putting it back in by those trees. I don't know if you can see back there. And I'm going to put some of my faux snow. Kind of in that crack back there, just to my Gigando bag of faux snow. Put it in this box. Okay. And I'll be putting more in, but I kind of want to figure out where I want my trees. And I think I'm going to tacky glue them because I think they'll stay fine. You can hot glue them. I know this will work, so. The hardest part is, it's kind of like the Christmas tree. Which side do you want to see the most? Which side looks the best? So this is going to be really hard to show now because it's kind of sliding if I tip it. But I'll be putting snow in there too. So, and I know I put a lot of glue, but I want to make sure it stays. So, kind of getting it down inside of the tree there. An itty bitty tree. And you could do as many layers as you want. You know, you could make them really super layered, or if you had miniatures, you could do all kinds of little scenes in there. You could do little birthday scenes. I mean, there's lots of stuff that you could do that would be fun. Sorry, I know this isn't fun because you can't even see what in the world I'm doing. Just putting glue in here for the snow to stick to. But my glue is almost gone, so it doesn't want to come out, of course. And I'm putting a lot because I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to stick the snow to it. So see, I don't know if you can see in there very well, but it's a lot. I'm going to use my paintbrush, even though it's a different kind of glue, just to kind of spread it around. Let me see if I turn it this way. Can you guys see at all? Just kind of spreading it in there. And I know it's a ton, but once that faux snow's on there, it'll be alright. This, of course, has to be a little fuzzy right there. Sorry, quiet, because I'm thinking. Takes brain power. I'm going to put some on the front here too, because I'm going to have him kind of standing right in the middle there. I just totally covered up that paper, but that's okay. I knew I would probably do that a bit. Careful because I don't want to knock the trees out right now. I can shake more of that out later. I'm not that worried about that. He does need a little ink, and I just realized that his ski is coming undone right there, so I think I'm going to just kind of snip that little piece off. It's not that big of a deal. But you could do loads of, I mean, you could make these as ornate or simple, you know, kind of like this one, as you want. They're just kind of fun because they're like, you know, matchboxes, but a little bit bigger, so it's not so completely tedious and tiny. I'm just putting a glob of glue on the back of him. I'm just going to kind of, there's enough glue in there that he'll probably just sort of stand on anyhow. I don't know if you can see. I know I keep turning it weird, but I'm trying to let you guys see without messing up the trees until they dry. So I think that's kind of fun. And I might add some more stuff in there. Just need to let it dry because I'm afraid they're going to fall over, and I don't want them all laid back weird when they dry. Alright, so I also, we can do one more and then I'll let you guys go. I have this one. Get rid of the snow at least. Oh, you know, we need to decorate the front of that one first. Let's decorate the front. So we may not get to another one. We may only get to one today. Alright, what do we want to put on there? How about a little bit of Tim Holtz for just the background, and I think I'll use one of Denise's images probably. I like this blue, but I don't think I have a big enough piece to go all the way around. I wonder if it would I guess it doesn't matter if it's going that way. I'm not totally sure how to do this, so I thought about doing like one long piece, but I think what I'm going to do is, you know, a piece that goes on here and then the sides, because then I could do different designs. So that's what I'll do, and I'll keep it going up and down, since that is going up and down with the boy in there. Alright, so let's cut it. And if you are a measurer, then please, by all means, measure. I just very often eyeball stuff. I think I want this to be the top. And I probably shouldn't, because I'd probably do a lot better if I would measure. But I'm lazy. Sorry, I know I'm off. So I'll just cut that piece so that it fits there. I'll go ahead and get that on there. I'm just going to go quick around these. Hope you guys are having a good day. I don't know if I said that already. You know, until Christmas is over, I'm dingy as it is anyway. But with everything going on right now, I just am having trouble thinking in a straight line, I'll call it. It's just my brain kind of darts. It darts around from one thing to the other. And like Rachel said, my brain feels like the mess of this room, which is so true. I can't even begin to tell you. And the messier it gets, the more my brain darts around. So, but I will get after it as soon as I get 2 minutes, because I know that would help. I may just have to buckle down and do it and not do videos for a couple days till I get it straightened out. But I wanted to do Beebeecraft because they sent me stuff, and I want to show Denise's Happy Mail for sure. So kind, wonderful friends. I just cannot believe how kind people are, and the stuff they send you is wild. And I so appreciate it. I hope I didn't sound like I didn't appreciate it in the last video. I totally appreciate it. I just get feeling kind of like, oh, can't send everybody something. Because that's the way I am. That's the way I am. Alright, so let's see what else could we put on there that would look kind of, I mean, it doesn't have to just be winter, you know, Christmassy or whatever. I like the ticking. I think that would look cool on the sides. So I think I'll do that. And you saw me, I just did the tacky glue, and I kind of, you know, brushed it on to make it smooth. But you can totally use Mod Podge. I just don't always love the way Mod Podge sometimes makes things shiny. That's my issue with Mod Podge. I mean, I love it. I love how it works. It just kind of makes me irritated with the shine. And even when you buy the matte one, they say it's matte, and then I don't really think it's matte. It's not the kind of matte that I want anyway. I mean, it's definitely better than the regular. I'll cut that a tiny bit short. I guess it's okay. Alright, and we need one more of those. So how long was that? I'm actually going to sort of measure. Alright. Our neighborhood is having, we've lived here for like 12 years, and when we first moved here there were only, I don't know, maybe 7 houses in this whole block area. So everything was really spread apart, and there were no houses like right next door to us at all. We had a lot on either side of us, so it was really awesome for about 8 years. And then they all started building again, and which is good. I'm glad that they were able to, you know, do business again, because it was bad for a while. But anyway, so they built everything all up, and now our homeowners association wants us all to like put lights up, which we put some, but we're not like, you know, Griswoldy. We don't we don't like go nutso with the lights outside. And so I don't know how excited I am about that. I mean, it's fine. I don't care if other people do it. That's totally whatever. It's just not really my thing. I decorate inside, but I don't usually go crazy outside. I mean, we have some, but not a lot. And they want us to like get luminaries, or I don't know what they're called. It's probably not luminaries, but anyway, it's along the streets. Like, I guess there's some kind of rope lights or something now that light up like along the sidewalk or something. I don't really get it, but because like I said, that's not my thing. So yeah, I'm like, well, if you want to buy me all that stuff, I'd be happy to do it. And even then, I probably wouldn't be happy to do it because I don't have time. But I would be more happy to do it. But I can't go buy all that crazy lighting. But anyway, so that's, my husband and I were talking about that last night. It's kind of crazy because we lived here for so long. Like, it was so quiet out here. There was never anything going on. And nobody out here. And now it's so busy and, you know, grown so much. It's just nuts. And they just keep building houses, and I just keep saying, where are all these kids going to go to school is what I want to know. Because our schools are so overcrowded. And I know I've talked about this a million times. You guys are probably like, yeah, we know, shut up. But, yeah, it's crazy to me that they just keep building and building and building like they do. I mean, like I said, I'm glad because I want people to have jobs, but I just wish that they would plan a little bit better for schools and stuff. But anyway, I digress. Sorry, I'm just looking at some papers to see. I don't know what I want to put. Not Medieval Mirage this time. I do like that one. This could be leaning a little bit more in the masculine area. I mean, it's not because there's flowers too, so it's, but it's a little more masculine than some of the other ones that I've done. I loved that when I found that skier, or not the skier, not the kid, because that's in Tim Holtz, but I mean, all those people skiing down that hill. I was like, that would be so fun to do one with him, you know, standing there like he had just been skiing or whatever. Did I cut that way too skinny? Yes, what am I doing? What size is this? Oh, I'm such a ding-dong. Sometimes. I love to see all the lights and people do all that. It looks really cool. I just don't have the energy for all that. I'm always amazed when I see that. It's like, wow, that's a lot of work. You know, we all have our thing though, because I'm sure a lot of people think I'm crazy for making the stuff that I make. So, you know, it's all relative, I guess. Not liking the way these corners are wanting to pop up. Guess it was just that one. Alright. I'm getting gluey. I'm going to fold this and do this other side. Sorry, I never know how long these videos are going to take me. It would help if I could actually get prepared and like cut all this stuff out, but that's probably not going to happen anytime soon. Especially if I keep getting called in for jury duty. Ah, I forgot to ink that. I just don't want that edge so white, and now I'm going to have glue on my thing. Luckily I need a new little pad on it anyway, so I guess it's not the end of the world. Okay. I gotta make sure it's right side up again. I kind of like doing it panel by panel anyway, because sometimes when you try to wrap all the way around, it's just weird. I don't know, the paper like doesn't want to cooperate that way. It goes a little bit better. That's why I painted it. And I didn't paint the inside, but it's going to be sliding on and off, and I know already this is probably going to kind of take a beating. So yeah, I kind of feel like I need to do something along there. But let's see if we can, I don't want to do that yet. Let's keep that standing up for now, because everybody wants to lay down flat when I do that. Alright, let's see, what do we want to put on here? How about, I like this image that Denise has on here of the horses and the sleighs. That's cool. So I think I'm going to take that off. And the trees and all that. Not necessarily that it has anything to do with skiing, but I don't think it matters. It's just wintry. Oh, the birds are cool too, though. Uh-oh. Maybe I like the birds better. That might go better with the pine and all that. Let's do the birds, sorry. Changed my mind. I'll use that other one for something else. I was kind of thinking it wasn't really big enough. I'll solve that problem. Come a little closer on this side, I think. Kind of fussy tearing, I guess, a little bit. Burbs. I can't remember if it was my son or one of my nieces or nephews or what, but I'd say burbs instead of birds. Burb. It's cute. Cracks me up when I read kids' papers, when they, the way they think words are and they're not, you know, it's just kind of funny. It's so cute. And then when you pronounce it, you know, slower for them, they're like, oh, a few letters, you know, weren't quite right there. Oh, we got 44. I hope you guys were crafting something of your own, because this was probably kind of like watching paint dry or something, but just a fun little something to do for a little gift. I think it would be a fun little gift for a man or a woman, depending on, you know, what you put in it. Let's see, how did I want that? And what else, what else, what else, what else? Watching Rachel do those, that 30-minute challenge thing that she's been doing with Shabby Dabby Doodah, and I was like, oh yeah, ribbon. And she's right, you know, you just forget about some stuff. I don't know why, but it's like I got all this ribbon and junk. Why don't I use it? You just get in your rut. I wonder if we could hang one of those. That might be kind of cool. Even though it's not a snowflake, it would look kind of cool on a bulb pin off of there somehow. We could add, let me see, my lace here. Sorry, I'm just digging through a bag of lace. These are all just little tiny snips of junk. Can't decide if I like that or I want something more white. Could do a whole nother row of that. That would work. Okay, so let's get those glued down. I'm going to take just a tiny bit more off of this bottom. Take that off with that rose right there. Need to cut that straight for starters. Just need to cut these the same length. If you can hold both pieces of trim at the same time. Okay, let's try some fabric glue. And I'm just going to go right under this spot where it says memorandum. And try not to touch the glue at all. And again, on here you could use hot glue or whatever you like to use. I'm going to run a little bead of this under here just because it's got this skinny little spout. I'm going to use this instead of a glue stick. Sorry, can you tell I like get in the zone because I just go into zone like I can't even talk. If that made any sense, you're like, what? I don't know where my glue stick is right now anyway. Somewhere in the mayhem of my brain. I think I tilted that a little more before, but it's fine. I'm going to take one of my, sorry I didn't mean to bonk you. Just gotta figure out which one goes better. This one? Just the silver. And I'll put a link to Beebeecraft. Okay, well, oh, it's on the other side, that's why. Okay, I'm not gonna pick it up yet because that's still gluing down, but I think you get the idea, right? That will hang on there like that. And you could obviously do more jewelry, like making, it would be cool to put, and I might do this afterwards, put some beads on there and some blues and that, just to make it a little more interesting. Getting the snow out of the box. He feels like he's a wobbly. I don't want him wobbly. So I'm going to add a little more glue on there. Not sure why he's wobbly. He should be stuck down for life with as much glue as we put in there. It might not be dry yet. I bet that's probably what the problem is. Alright. And that goes in there. Maybe. I probably should wait so I don't mess it up. This glue thing, I'm telling you, it's a full-time job. Alright, I think you get the idea. I don't want to slide it in there right now, and like I said, I may end up putting some more stuff on there, and I'll the next video I do, I'll show it to you all done, but I think that's super fun and cute and would be a neat gift to give somebody. So yeah, I feel like it definitely needs a little something else. I just really can't put anything here. I'm thinking, I wonder if, hold on, I'm just gonna try, see if this will help a little bit. Maybe even stamping might be a good thing to do. I think the sides would be okay if you put paper down like with Mod Podge or like I was showing with the glue, so that it's nice and flat. But I really don't think that if you put paper up here, it's just going to tear. It's too... It barely closes as it is, you know, along there because of these little stick out spots and stuff. Let's try and see what it looks like when you stamp it a little bit. Oh my gosh. Oh, right here in front of my nose, literally. Okay, so my Tim Holtz, I'm going to use archival ink. Just kind of, because it definitely kind of needs something, I feel like. Looks smeared. Definitely don't push too hard. Okay, I think that'll do for now. I have to wait for stuff to dry. I can't fiddle with it anymore, and I've taken up enough of your time. So anyway, fun little boxes from Beebeecraft that you could totally leave like this too. You don't even have to paint them. They would be really cool with like Tim Holtz, and just do all different kinds of like mixed media and whatever on them. But they would be cool inside there to do that with. So anyway, just fun stuff, and we'll play with the Santa too, because I want to do some like to from tags and stuff, so that's kind of why I got that one. So anyway, but they do have them, so they have different ones too, so go check them out if you've been looking for those. I will chat with you guys later. I hope you have an awesome evening. If you like my videos, please like and subscribe. Bye-bye now.